Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Rogue Calvinist Radio. Tonight we have a very unique episode that's going to last at least a couple of hours. We're going to be playing our long-awaited pre-flood Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 edition campaign. Trying to have a little bit of fun tonight. Take a break from the intense theological work and sit back and relax with one familiar face to you guys. I know Twitchy is here. He's playing a character. We've got two other guys who've been subscribers for a while who are joining us for the games. So I hope that you enjoy. I hope that you come to find that Dungeons & Dragons is indeed not witchcraft or satanic. It's actually very fun and can help your child grow a great imagination with which to carry the rest of his life. So without further ado, before we get started, please hear this word from our sponsor. This show is brought to you by SnakeCrusherProducts.online. You know what's cool? Having the liberty in Christ to get a big tattoo of a cross on your chest. You know what's not cool? Letting that tattoo get infected, scarred, or faded because you didn't take care of it with Snake Crusher Tattoo Balm. And why aren't you taking care of that beard either? It looks all scraggly. And you're sitting there wondering why your wife doesn't want to hold your hand in the bedroom anymore. Well, get some of this beard oil then. And while you're at it, get her some beef stroganoff. I mean, beef tallow body butter. I don't know what you're supposed to use that for, but she will. And it's all natural. What's it got in it? None of your beeswax. Are you lacking vitamin E? Spray yourself right in the face with this bad boy and absorb it through your skin like a man. Go to SnakeCrusherProducts.online and use code ROGUE, that spells rogue, for 15% off at checkout and free shipping on all orders over $49. Rogue out. You heard it, guys. ROGUE. That spells rogue. That is your promo code for 15% off. I forgot how many percentages off it was. It's 15 though. 15% off at SnakeCrusherProducts.online. What's up, everybody? So we've got Twitchy, we've got RT, and we've got Bones on the line with us. Say hello, guys. You're live.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm excited to be here.
Okay, so before we get started on our campaign here, everyone in the chat and everyone here with me on Discord as well, tell me about the music volume, how it is. Does it need to be louder? Is it too low? Is it perfect? I'd like for it to just be kind of in the background here. How's it sound, guys?
I would say slightly louder.
Okay. How about you guys out in the audience? I know it's going to be different for you because you're on a different audio source. So I'm going to put it here for them. Now I'm going to go to your audio and lower it because I know that made it a little loud.
Music sounds wonderful, and I can tell you that much better when I'm unmuted.
Great. Sounds good to me. Sound good to you guys?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Okay, good. Great. So, everyone has received their little backstory here, and I wanted to change really quick to just bring up this map. So the music's going to stop briefly. Great. This is where the characters all live. I know that the music stopped briefly. It'll be back soon. It did not stop for the audience, just you guys. This is where you guys are from. This blue cross is the cathedral where our paladin is a resident paladin. with many functions. We won't go too far in depth into those. We've got the bard who also lives here at the cathedral and does various jobs, which we'll get into later. Our soldier, there will be our soldier who is currently working at the docks as a foreman, waiting for his next mission. You're working down in here in this area doing work for the merchants here when the ships are going to be coming in tomorrow, when they come in through Trader's Lock. And you've got a lot of work to do all throughout the docking area here, trying to get everything prepared. So that's why you're not at song prayer. But everyone else is here at the cathedral, and that is our bard and our paladin. We are kind of, I suppose we'll start directly in the middle of song prayer. I'm not going to sing it or anything like that, because that would take about an hour. That's what they do every morning here at the cathedral. And then there's one day a week where a long sermon is given after the song prayer. And on this day, it's just a song prayer. You are playing your, what did you call it? Dulcimer instrument?
Yep,
Is
it's
that
a
what you call it?
dulcimer.
Cool. It's like a really cool shaped
The
string
dulcimer-
instrument, right?
Yeah, it's an instrument that is more better played while sitting it on your lap, and so that I more tend to use that in times of rest and when we're sitting around.
Gotcha. Sounds good. So, let me turn the music down for myself just a little bit. I literally do have 3 different audio sources. I have what I hear, what you guys hear, and what the crowd hears. So interesting to be a streamer. Okay, and so you guys, the song prayer is wrapping up. Mr. Paladin and Mr. Bard, I don't remember your names. The
I
names
do
you heard.
somewhat as well, and it's kind of messing me up. Oh, sorry.
What is it?
Nothing. I also have 2 audio streams I'm trying to get hold of here.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
never mind. Continue on, please. Rogue.
Gotcha. You guys are pretty much, it's been pretty slow for both of you guys for a while. You've basically, as the bard, when it's been slow, you just kind of make your rounds around the town. You don't like to stay put, obviously, as a bard, so you try to get around and talk to everybody and get the information, get the scoop on everything, go to the taverns, play your music, because that's what you're expecting to do. Just go do your thing as soon as song prayer is over. And Paladin, you've been bored. You've taken to even sweeping the floor when it's already clean on occasion. You've been so bored, and so you don't have high hopes for today. But for the both of you, you are beckoned by one of the not the high priest, but the guys who would be like a group of 3 who would be next in line to such a position. One of them beckons to the both of you when song prayer comes to the end and the townsfolk begin to exit the cathedral. And they begin to put away the scrolls that you were guarding, right? That's where the paladin is, which is guarding, and you are pretty close to him while playing your instrument. And so from that position, you're beckoned by one of the priests to come and speak. And so Twitchy will start. Well, actually, you guys got your dice apps open?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
prepared.
Roll initiative, 20-sided dice.
Wow. That was fast. Well, you want me to go ahead and give you the total?
It's not necessarily for fighting. Initiative can
Okay.
be many things.
Well, my total is 17.
I got 15.
Okay, Twitchy. So you notice that you're being beckoned while they are putting away the scriptures into their locked places.
Hurry over there excitedly because I've been bored all day, and I say, Calvin Sproul, Knight of the Crimson Tulip, reporting for duty, sir.
Yeah, he nods. He nods his approval, commending your. His smile, obviously commending your lawful attitude. And well, and what he says is that he has something special for you today, a task. You that thanks to your training and with Brock, who is your leader, who's just a couple levels higher than you. Last week, and this is not him speaking. This is me speaking to you, DM. Last week, you came to be able to cast the ability cure disease for the first time, right? Once a week. That's your level 6 ability that you gained, right?
Me?
Yes.
For my character?
Yeah.
Yes. Remove/cure disease. Yes.
Right. And so that's a recent thing that he starts to talk now that I've reminded you of that. Your new ability to remove and cure diseases is a great asset to the cathedral, and we actually have opportunity for you to make use of that in the name of the Serpent Crusher. And
I would love to do that.
so about this time, you also while he's saying this to you, Bard, you finally also notice that he is beckoning to you now, though you're just noticing, so because of your initiative roll. So clearly you didn't hear any of that. Maybe you were still picking on your instrument, maybe you were packing up, whatever. But you have now noticed that you're being beckoned, and so go ahead and tell me what action you take.
I'm gonna go. The action is to respond to him.
Okay,
and
so
wow, something's finally happening around here. Well, this is gonna be great. I'm ready for anything.
Okay, and so yeah, you see the paladin. You can pretty much put two and two together here. You see the paladin also standing there, clearly being given orders by a priest, and so you know it's on, right? Because that's your primary function here while you're not doing anything, is to follow these paladins when they go out, so that you can provide poetic commentary to place within the things that you write of their doings, the acts, what they call the acts of the paladins. What you write is being put in these boxes whenever they put them away. And so they expect a detailed commentary. They expect it to be poetic and eloquent. And so that's why you're the perfect man for the job. And so
That's amazing, because I spent so much time traveling around and bouncing around these different manors and monasteries, doing odd jobs just for access to their libraries. But here, with the people here and the different attitudes, and the people take it seriously, take life seriously. Like I'm dedicated. I'm here to write down what they're doing, because I want I want to know, and I want it for my own posterity and progeny to record these things because it is amazing.
Yeah, and speaking of what you just said, the largest library that you have found still intact is here in Humboldt. That's why you took the job at the cathedral. This number 4 here is called
Yes.
Littern's Library. It's the largest library that you've
Yeah.
ever seen, and that's why you live here. So,
That was a no-brainer.
yeah, just wanted to point that out since you brought that up.
That is great. That is great. I know one of the things I was able to do was learn the giant language.
That's good. That's definitely that's a necessary language to know in our setting. So anyway, whenever you arrive over to the area where the priest and the paladin are speaking, he moves in such a way so that there's space for you in the conversation, right? And so makes it obvious here's your space, right? And he tells you, so I know it's been a few weeks, but we've got a mission for you, scribe, to go with our second lieutenant paladin here on a mission, and I'm going to fill you guys in now. I've also actually it could be potentially dangerous because you're going through the Southwest Forest to get there, and so I took the liberty of also hiring a mercenary through the king to bring with you, which we're sending for him now. And he'll arrive hopefully shortly. But there we have received word by letter that in Berg to the southwest there is a child who's come down with a disease, and none of their regular medicines are helping. They don't have much access to magic means of curing there, and so the task is actually very simple. I know you may have been hoping for a combat mission, but in this case, your task is very simple. Go and use your cure disease on this child, and take care of this family, and then come back when everything is well.
Yes, sir, I will do it. And I look to the bard and I say, make sure to write a pretty poem of all of my accolades.
It's going to echo through the halls of history forever.
Oh, I love it. And I smack him on the shoulder. Awesome.
All right, so
Easy there.
You militiaman, what's the soldier here, our fighter? Are you here with us, Bones?
Yes, I am.
Great. So, you know that song prayer is about over. The ships are going to be rolling in. 2 of the guys that you told to come and be here early to help are not there. Only 1 guy showed up. The other 2 don't respect your authority because you can just come and go, and they don't see you as the real foreman. Because the real foreman is their foreman. They're not there. You're there by yourself now, while the real foreman does nothing. And then some guy did show up, and so it's been a hard morning for you, and you're kind of frustrated.
Okay, just to clarify, so I asked 2 people to come. They didn't. Both of those people didn't come.
Yeah, well, you asked 3. You told 3 of the peon guys. You know, kind of like the lowest dock workers. You asked 3 of them, be there early. I need you, and only 1 showed.
Okay, and then the actual foreman is there, but he's not doing anything.
No, he's not there either. He's never there.
Oh, okay.
He's rarely there, especially if you're not on a mission and you're there. Oh, he don't even show up.
Okay, so they respect him but I do more. Okay. All right. Yeah, it is a hard morning. Okay.
Like God
Yeah.
said, this is like the time period when God said that that he looked down and everybody was wicked. So expect that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
Well, what exactly am I doing?
Here,
so what you're doing,
have an extra cup of this hot black tea.
you're up at the cathedral right now. Remember that. You're way up. He's on the other side of town doing this part right now. And so you guys have been struggling all morning to get these boxes together. You're moving crates around, getting everything organized because crates are coming in and you've got too much sitting down there. It's not organized. And it's a big day. But about probably an hour before the ships are supposed to arrive, you have a messenger from the king has arrived, beckoning to you with a letter.
Yeah, I'm gonna like kind of glance down at the crates that I'm, like organizing and probably telling myself like, okay, I'll probably just be quick with this messenger and then I'm gonna get back to work. So I'd rush over to the messenger. What is it?
Okay, so what's your guy's name? What do you have on? Bones.
Starting to name him Abs.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
hello?
I was calling him
Can you hear me?
Bones because I didn't. Yeah, I heard you now. Go. Yeah, you're good.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. No, his name is Absalom.
Absalom. Okay, Absalom. Lieutenant Absalom, you have been relieved from your duties at the dock. The king requests your presence at the cathedral. You are in the employ for the next 2 days to the high priest of the cathedral. Here is the signed document. You must immediately leave to your place at the barracks, retrieve your gear, and be prepared for a mission that may or may not involve combat. Wait further orders at the cathedral. Thank you. Have a good day.
I'm gonna say to him, wait, is there anybody coming to replace me? You can't expect him to do this job alone. I'm gonna like kind of gesture off to the person back at the dock that is working.
He says, "Look, man, the king sent me here to send you a message. I don't have any authority at the docks. I don't know these guys. I don't work here. I just, this is what the king said. But if you need to wrap something up, I'm sure nobody's gonna, flog you for having to wrap up your duties here before you go. To, to let people know what you're doing, then go. Maybe that's fine, but not much more time than that to waste. It's all in the letter."
I'm gonna nod my head.
Okay.
All in the letter. I'm gonna start heading back to the docks to hurry up my business.
All right. And so the guy, he's a pretty young guy. He's got a family. Why he's there? He says, what was that about? What's up?
Well, how old is he?
He's young, 20.
20. Okay. Man, I forgot. Did I even choose an age for me? Well, if I'm a lieutenant, I'm probably older.
Yeah,
right?
let's give you you're level 6, you're a lieutenant, you're older. Let's put you in somewhere in your 30s, and this is a time period where humans are living for hundreds of years. So,
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna say to him, well, I have to leave per order of the king, but I'm gonna try and help you as much as I can, but I do have to leave soon. Do you think you'll be able to handle this?
well, let's roll. Let's roll to see what he says. I'll roll a percentile dice. And let's give him... Okay, all right, he beat it. I gave him 30% chance and he rolled 10%. So he's like, yeah, man, I got it handled, dude. Don't worry about it. Go do what you got to do. They'll be here soon. The rest of the dock guys will be here within the hour. The ships will roll up. What are they going to do? They'll get it all done. Might be chaos, but it'll happen, man. You know, I mean, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best, but, you know, as you can see, there's not even enough time for just me and you to get this done. That's what you said earlier. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to do my best, but those other two guys, if they had showed up, then maybe we would have got it done, but I'm going to work hard for you, I promise.
Okay, I trust in you. If things go wrong, just blame it on the other foreman. I'm gonna smile at him as I start, walking away, or really jogging away to the barracks.
You got it. Just like last time. All right, so let's kind of fast forward here. Now, while you're jogging up to the barracks, now kind of be taking this time to be considering what gear you want to take with you and just kind of write it down. It's cool, pretty much whatever you can think of. Because remember, you get one magical item, and I think we already did that one. And then you're gonna be.
Where can I find the shop?
Player's Handbook, page 176, I think.
176.
Is that right?
It says aiming spell.
Would you like us to read you the contents of our pack?
This is what you need to do. Let me see. Do you have the PDF?
Do I have the PDF? Well, yeah, I have the. Well, I'm not sure if this is a PDF. This is the site though. Like I have the handbook here in front of me.
Okay, good.
I don't know what page it's on though.
3.5. I'll find it really quick. I got it right here. Okay. Magic adventuring. Equipment, chapter 7. Sorry, I was way off. Yeah, it's 111. Page 111 through page 126. Well, I was thinking of 126. That's not 176. 126. 126 is going to be the page where you see all the big chart, probably. There's going to be a bunch of different charts as you go through that of weapons, armor. Now just add 300 gold if it's masterwork. And, I mean, you got 13,000 gold, so at least whatever magic item you chose, that'll be the magic item. And then everything else that's armor or weapons pretty much get masterwork. And then just run through the adventure gear, because it'll be kind of realistic, because what you're doing is you're running up to the barracks and you're grabbing whatever adventuring gear you can think of to get quickly. And so that kind of works with what we're doing for what you have, you know what I mean? And then as we go, when you have time, you can even purchase stuff and put a different category of stuff that you have locked up still that you didn't bring with you, but it's waiting on you back there. Since you already have that gold, and it's okay. We can do it that way. It's not a big deal.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. So you can work on that. Let's jump to the other two guys really quick. Both of you at this point you were very close to your rooms. You've already gathered your gear, and you've met back in the lobby there, and you were told to expect the mercenary who's going to be going with you within the hour, and you guys are just kind of in the middle of the mostly empty courtyard outside of the cathedral, waiting.
Well, if I'm going to be following you around everywhere, I should probably introduce myself to you.
You guys talk that out while I use the restroom, and then I'll be back and then whenever you've finished that conversation, we'll bring the soldier in.
Yes,
Excellent.
what is your name?
Finally, I can say something. I've been over here trying to hold all this in. Humbly, I am Tristan Thundertide at your service.
Tristan, nice to meet you. I
Yes.
am Calvin Sproul, Knight of the Crimson Tulip. That's Tulip, and that's Calvin, Calvin. You'll need to write that down to,
Well,
you know.
then, I have a step ahead of you. I love it. Calvin
Thank you,
Sproul.
thank you. Because there's going to be a lot of amazing things that I do, and I want them recorded.
Well, that's what I'm here for. I love to write. I love to record because without recorded history, how will the future know who won?
Right, exactly. So what is your skill set other than writing?
Well,
What do you bring to the
as you may have,
table?
yes, no, of course. As you may have noticed, I can play the heck out of that dulcimer, but I'm proficient in the longbow, and I carry a flail with me, and so it's a big mace ball on a chain, and I can speak giant. That's one of the things I was really able to pick up, bouncing around from the different monasteries and just traveling all over the place.
You speak Nephilim.
And
Wow, I never have met anyone who speaks Nephilim.
Well, I don't even like to say that word, but yes. You see, giant actually comes from gigantor, and everybody thinks it means big, but it actually means earthborn. So you gotta wonder, why is something calling its progeny earthborn if they're not something else? And they are. So it's all very frightening stuff. I really, I like a little bit more private quarters to speak of such things, but
yeah,
it frightens me at times. But that's why you're here, right? That we can travel and really experience this firsthand and maybe even kill one.
Oh, I would love it. I would love it. That's why I keep this trusty falchion here, and I whip it out and swing it around a little bit. And it's basically, for our chat watching, a giant longsword, but imagine a longsword with a scimitar mixed. It's got the curved edge to it.
Wow, who has that? Oh, the falchion. Is that what you're talking about?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, an absolutely devastating weapon.
I'm sorry, sir. I did not catch your name. Sir Paladin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't.
That's Calvin Sproul.
Calvin
That's
Sproul.
right, Calvin Sproul, and I appreciate that. I did write it down, but
Knight of the
sometimes
Crimson Tulip.
Okay, so
sometimes my short-term memory doesn't serve me.
Really quick, before we join the soldier in to the mix, you two both being more acquainted with the church and probably have more information, especially the paladin. Paladin, you are expected to have many things memorized, right? And so I'm curious if you guys have any questions about the cathedral, about what goes on here, about someone had questions about other religions,
and how that works. And so now would be the time for everyone to ask those questions as the as the soldier is now
My
walking up down the road. You guys can see who is obviously the guy. It's got to be the guy.
could I do a check, a religion check, to see if my guy would have heard where the giants come from?
Okay, so heard where the giants come from, as in theologically.
Yes, how they came into existence.
Okay, yeah. Do you have that? Is that a skill that you have? Knowledge, religion? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Great. Yeah, and you should get you because of your I want you to, in this campaign, this wouldn't apply to any other campaign, but for this campaign, I want you to add your paladin level to your role. Also,
Sweet.
because
I'm a theological genius.
yeah, well, it's expected of
Yeah.
anyone who's in a position. I mean, you're at a cathedral of a bunch of, they might as well be Calvinists, so to speak. You know what I mean? And so, well, you may
Maybe not
change.
this
You
week.
may change your mind. Yeah, no, I'm just joking. This is a beautiful place. You love it here.
I'm very interested in the cathedral. I have questions about it. Yes.
Twitchy, roll your dice really quick.
All right. It was a total of a 17,
Total of a 17. Yeah,
and I rolled horrible.
okay. You know the basic idea that the giants come from, a god awful abomination of a union between these, fallen angels and humanity. And that's actually, you actually wouldn't probably even need to really roll a religious roll to know that. That's pretty common knowledge, even amongst people who aren't religious in these days, that the cause of beings that exist like that are like that. But a higher religious check would have probably given you more information. And you know that, oh man, I didn't even know I had that on me. No wonder my wrist is hurting. Oh man, I had one of my hair.
I know that the DM's wrist is hurting, dude. That's wild.
I had one of my hair ties on my wrist because I got really long hair and I had to put it up. And I had one of my hair ties on my wrist. And I guess I didn't know it was there, and my wrist started hurting all of a sudden. I looked down at it, and I got a blood red line, deep maroon, all the way across my whole wrist, dude. And I guess it's been on there for a minute. It hurts. Anyway, I'll be all right.
Man, that's some special knowledge with it.
Yeah, you guys are just suddenly know things about the author. Anyway, you know that there's more that you have probably written down somewhere that you could go to your notes and figure out more, but you can't remember off the top of your head right now. That's what I'll say.
All right.
But you do know it came from their abominations that were created in all kinds of various ways, is what you recall.
All right.
What was your question, Bard? Thank you for being patient.
Oh no, yeah, I was interested in the result of that. So my question is, who built it? Who designed it? And what are the core tenets of why it exists?
Okay, so the Order of the Way was created by Enoch, and he created the first. This is all just stuff that I'm making up, by the way. I'm not. This is it's biblical time period, and some biblical information's going to be in here, but let's make it obvious to the crowd that I'm not trying to say that that this is real history here. This is Dungeons and Dragons, this is fantasy, and I'm trying to incorporate good doctrine into some made up fantasy stuff. So let me say that before I begin with this explanation. But now the Order of the Way was established by Enoch, who created the first cathedral and also built a large metropolis town called Zion around it. And that's where the order started. That's where the headquarters is. That's where the doctrine comes from. That's where everything originates. And there were multiple other cathedrals established across the land, right? You are actually pretty far away from Zion. You would have to cross a pretty large expanse of water by ship to even get there. But you know of it, and you, Bard, you could roll actually to see whether or not you had ever been there before. I'd let you do that. Also, there are, because of all of these abominations, you're living in a time in history right now, and all of you guys are fairly young, character-wise. You're living in a time right now where there's very little of anyone who remembers when it was still just a world full of just humans and regular creatures who didn't have intellect. Like all these monstrous creatures and demons and angels walking around in bodies, and like that's just normal these days. And it's like it's to a point where the Enochian Church, some call it, the Order of the Way, some call it. There's a few other names out there for it, especially during, little rogue groups who follow it. Just like in real life, there's different denominations. People have different doctrine, which we'll actually come to soon. But your church tries as hard as they can to hold to the Enochian doctrines, which match the five solas in the way that they would relate to this. And Enoch basically has, in his letters that he has written to your cathedral, he's still alive, by the way. He's there in Zion, like he's the main dude, like what would almost be like a pope, except a very powerful one was actually powerful, But so you guys are trying really hard to hold strict to what he has. Now you're actually one of the last few. It used to be a larger order where you guys had basically the land on lockdown for just a little bit of time while Enoch was like in his prime, and everything was getting going. But things have gotten worse and worse and worse over the years, and at this point there is only 3 cathedrals that remain. That remain in solid doctrine, by the way. Some of the other cathedrals remain, but they've been taken over literally by idols, like actual idols in real bodies, even like setting themselves up as the god of that cathedral and all of that kind of stuff all over the place. And yours, one other, and the one in Zion, that's it. There's no others. The others have been either destroyed by giants or dragons. Some have been destroyed from the inside out by deception and things like that. And so that's why you guys take your things so seriously. The Order of the Paladin, there's very few of you left. And you, this library here is one of the this last bastions of knowledge that is not tainted by all of this dark stuff. You know, there's not a lot. There's not. The library doesn't contain volumes of magic books, for example. There's no books on wizardry here. It's all information. It's all things that have been compiled since creation by the people that, you know, were born after the garden. And, you know, retrospectively, these guys would be incredibly more intelligent than us as we sit here. And so their books would be amazing. And this is one of the last bastions of those places. And so it's the town that you live in is very important. And so is this cathedral. To answer, what other questions do you have that go off of that?
Just following up, like, so like, if you had, well, you said the five solas. I guess you kind of answered that, core tenets, and then
Yeah, except that the thing is like he doesn't know the Enoch doesn't know the gospel. He knows a vague
yeah, that's kind of what I was
mention
getting at.
from Adam that said a prophecy that said a man would come through the seed of the woman and crush the head of the snake, and so they call
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
Messiah is called the serpent crusher. That's all they know. He's coming to crush the head of the serpent who, you know, caused them to be dead in sin. The rest of the doctrine is intact. It's just that he has a pre-revealed gospel. He has the earliest gospel possible.
He knows the proto-evangelion.
Right. He knows the earliest possible gospel, but he knows the right doctrine to go with it as far as God's sovereignty, God's holiness, God's wrath, God's election, God's purposes, you know, our state, the state of mankind.
Are we allowed to kill heretics?
Well, you can do anything that you can imagine, but like I said, when you do things that go outside of your alignment, then you take.
Right. I'm asking if that is consistent with a lawful good alignment.
Oh, I see. Good question then. So no, you can't kill a heretic on sight, like a human heretic, someone who's like a human who's turned to one of these idols or something, unless there are certain cults that would fall into that category, and when that is the case, I will let you know.
Okay.
There are certain cults that fall into that are like demonic, that you, when you see them, you know that they have necromantic intentions and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like those would be different, and I'll let you know when that's the case if you have the if you
All right,
have,
sorry, two more things. As we walk, I can detect evil at will, so I would want that active, and anytime it drops, I would want to reactivate it, and I would also want to summon my mount. I know that we're still waiting on the merchant, but
yeah, well, the militia guy is arriving now.
Okay.
So all three of you guys are now together. There's a priest waiting with you.
I have a question.
Oh, there's a priest going?
No, he's waiting to explain to the militiaman what his orders are.
Okay.
So
I
when
never
you
got
guys
to roll
have,
to see if
so when you guys have the like detect evil on, like what exactly, like how does that work?
Basically, I can. Well, I mean, out of game, your character's not going to know this, but I can detect evil within 60 feet.
Okay. So, then could I say that when I walk up, he would detect evil? Because I'm not like a good person, like I'm not necessarily justified, if we're gonna put it that way. So I would be like considered dead in sin, I think. So
What is your alignment Did you pick an alignment for your character?
No, I didn't. But
Okay.
I know that he's not like saved. So
Okay. So what you need is to choose from lawful good, which clearly they're probably not that, and then neutral good is you do what you think is best for everyone, not necessarily according to the law if that's not what's best for everybody, but you would try to stay within the law if possible. A chaotic good is more like I do whatever I think is good because I justify it on my own moral structure and I don't care what any law says. Um, you know, I'm not like if someone deserves to get the sword, I'm probably going to give it to
They're
them
getting it.
because they deserve it, and that was based on my moral structure. Now, I do consider myself to be a good person, but it's only based on my morals. My morals may or may not follow the law in certain aspects, or not others. It's all up to me. That's what kind of good that chaotic good is.
okay.
And then,
Yeah, probably gonna go with that one then.
okay.
Yeah,
So you're not detecting chaos as a paladin. You're detecting evil.
Right.
So you would detect good off of him. You know, you would. So,
Okay.
well, you wouldn't even detect good off of him. You would just not detect evil.
Well, my aura it basically detects good at all times as well. The aura of
Oh, does
good.
it? Okay.
So I think I would be detecting it off of
Well,
both of
tell
these
me
guys
really
a little
quick.
bit.
When you activate this, does it last for a certain time, or is it just indefinitely on?
It's so I think the aura is indefinitely on, but detect evil is 10 minutes per level, so an hour, and then I would just
Okay.
reset it because it's at will.
Gotcha. That's a pretty good skill to
See,
have.
what the benefit to you? The benefit to you is if you see somebody that you knew needed to die, but you didn't necessarily have an immediate cause. You could send somebody that you know really well that might do that without any problem. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it works that way, but just to be clear, they have to be. It's a cone-shaped emission, so emanation. So they would have to be in front of me. Like I would have to be facing them within.
Oh,
They'd have to
okay.
be within 60 feet. So I couldn't if
Yeah,
an evil dude came behind me, I wouldn't detect evil behind me like Spidey sense.
Oh,
that's
okay.
fascinating. Like reverse conehead. I'm gonna write that down. Yes. What's next?
So
Oh,
I
you
just
said
need
that I
to.
could roll a die.
I need to look up something for that, but that we're gonna need pretty soon. So you guys have, I guess, everything that you need now. The militia guy has arrived, and he tells you, "Hi, thanks for answering the call. We really appreciate your service. We know you guys do great work, and so your task here today is to follow our paladin Calvin Sproul and protect our scribe as they go on this short quest to go and perform a duty for the church and escort them there and back, and you'll be paid upon your return."
Okay. Out of my head. Sounds good.
Okay, and yeah, he's the boss.
Before we head out,
Paladin, he makes sure
can I
to.
see?
The paladin is in charge of the mission, and so you're to follow his orders. Um,
Absolutely.
any
Without
absconding
hesitation.
from that would forfeit a certain level of your pay upon return. Thank you.
No, no.
And
Think too far. come too far.
Okay, good luck, guys.
Come too far. All right, let's go.
So he leaves, goes back
All
into
right.
the church. Do you guys have anything that you want to do in town before you leave? It's open. It's sandbox here. I can open the town map up to see if you want to do anything before you go, or if you would want to just get on with the thing here. You can all have mounts. You're level 6 characters. There's no reason living here at level 6 with 13,000 gold that you don't have a mount somewhere in town, you know. So
I summon my mount and I say, "All right, guys, it's time to go save this child. Let's go." And we will head in the direction that that was described to us.
yeah, they expect you. The church expects you to be there by at least nightfall. Do the job, stay the night, get a free meal, come back in the morning.
You can get your room cleaned up and get the pajamas on.
I'm going to say to the paladin that just hopped on the mount, I'm gonna say, are you gonna summon 2 more for us, or
Oh, they're right here in the stables, and so I go over there to the stables and grab their mounts that were parked over there.
oh, okay. Much
Yeah.
obliged. I'm gonna take one.
Okay. And so now, as you guys are heading off into the forest, now you don't, all of you kind of feel like it's a little bit of an overkill, honestly. You feel like it's mostly because all the extra resources are available right now through this extended period of boredom, that it's a little bit of an overkill. But it's still cool to be out doing something. You don't expect a lot of trouble in the forest because patrols go through the forest pretty often to make sure that they're safe. But which of you has actually Spot is untrained, so everyone roll spot check.
All right, can Luther roll his spot check too?
Who's Luther?
My horse.
Oh, haha. Yeah,
What side of die?
20 plus your wisdom modifier. Well, you should have your skills there, I think, right?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, roll your 20-sided dice and then add your skill modifier for spot.
I got a 12, and Luther got a 17.
Yeah, my total 17.
You got 14.
Okay. And so you guys are chatting it up, talking about I don't know, you could be speculating about what kind of disease this child has. You don't have a lot of information about that. It was pretty vague, but while you are chatting, before you can pretty much react, as in you notice each other and are close enough to each other at the same time to not be able to move out of the way or hide or anything like that if you wanted to. Suddenly, you come across another party coming down the road when you guys are just a few hours into the trail. You find, and these guys are on foot. One is an older gentleman with a long white beard, and he is in like a hooded robe, in brown robes, like almost like a clergy robe, but more like a hermit robe, like an old wise man robe. And then there's another guy who's much younger than him, walking next to him. He's much younger, black hair, real sharp features, his beard is short, but it's very sharp at the tip of his chin, kind of as if it's made to be that way. Very high eyebrows, thin, black, short hair. Just kind of beady eyes, pursed lips. Very well dressed, but he looks very arrogant, is what I'm trying to describe here. He's very obviously he's obviously framed his entire being, right? He's framed his hair, his face, everything looks just so. And they're walking together down the trail. You guys all stop, noticing each other at once. And they seem cautious when they notice you. But what do you guys do? Anything?
Real
I
quick,
would.
my phone may accidentally kick me in a 5 minutes, so if that happens, I will log back on. But go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Okay, can I try and see if they have any weapons on them, like on their sides?
Any that you notice? Go ahead and roll another spot check.
No additions, right? Oh man, it wouldn't even matter. I rolled a 2.
Not that you can see. You don't see any weapons on them. They, as you can, from what you can tell, they look to be unarmed. And one calls out. Obviously, the guy up front is a paladin, right? And so who he is usually pretty obvious to everyone. And the older gentleman calls out, "Good paladin. What brings you
Yes.
to the woods far from the cathedral?"
Hello, fellow image bearers of God. Are you followers of the way?
We are indeed. As a matter of fact, we have urgent news for the cathedral.
Oh yes, speak quickly. What is this news?
Well, we come from Palthamar on a direct mission. That's the just for backstory. This is not him speaking. That's the other cathedral. We come from Palthamar, and we have information that we have to give directly to your high priest, and we can't give it to anyone else. What he does with it from there, I'm sure he'll inform you of what we have. But we're sworn to our mission. Is there anything that we should expect going on in the forest between here and Homolt?
The way is safe. We're on an urgent mission as well, or I would offer to escort you back.
Okay, thank you. Well, we are capable, and so but thank you for the offer. Anyhow, we'll be on our way, and maybe we'll see you upon your return. Oh, and
Good day.
what was your
Good
name?
friends, may I ask something of you?
Oh, yes.
I was just wondering if we could get your names.
Oh, yes.
You see, I like to write things down, and it's just a habit of mine. I'm kind of a stickler for detail. And so I'm recording all of this good paladin's great exploits across the land, and it would be remiss if I did not get your names.
Yes, that is understandable. My name is Pelagius.
I see.
Hold
Thank
up.
you.
I gotta be detecting evil on this dude.
Roll a 20-sided dice.
Perhaps something that we may allow to go for today, though.
Roll.
Or what do you think?
Well, you don't know anything about that name. But roll a 20-sided dice, Twitchy, to see if you are detecting evil, because your detecting evil has to save versus something that it typically would not be saving against.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah, I was about to be like, wait a minute, there's no save. All right.
Right,
Sorry, one
there
second.
is in this circumstance. Um,
Right. Got you. 1 second. Rolling. 18.
okay,
Wait.
so whenever you first saw them and you heard their words and stuff, and everything seemed fine, but as soon as he said his name, you're not sure what happened, what changed, but your detect evil seemed to ramp up as if it was being obscured in some way before. Oh, Twitchy,
Sorry about that.
Twitchy,
Could
how
you
long have you
repeat
been
that?
gone? As if your ability to detect evil had been obscured in some way. But as soon as he said that, you do detect evil coming off of both of these individuals.
Hey, Calvin, let me tell you. Did you hear what he said? Let me tell you
Yeah.
real quick. He said that it was fine until you heard his name, and then you had a strange feeling, and you were definitely detecting something off both of the people. We've only got one name anyway.
Okay, so under these under these circumstances, having detected evil, would there be any sort of law that says you are supposed to do this in this circumstances? Like, I'm supposed to take them captive or something in these circumstances?
No. So if you detect
Okay.
You have to
evil
obey the
off
law.
of someone, then they're not necessarily. That just means that you're on your guard now, and that you know to expect something. Because here's the thing. You can The thing is, you can be detecting evil off people, and if they've not committed a crime or something, you just
Right.
the fact that they are evil doesn't, they could be trying to live a reformed life, and you don't know that. It just gives you you know what I mean? It gives you a
Yeah.
overall picture of them as people. It doesn't tell you anything about their current motives, anything about their current situation or what they're doing now, anything about their history. It's something that allows
All right.
you it allows you to be on your guard and know, but you couldn't but
Well,
it would be something that you would immediately know that it needs to be reported to your supervisor Brock as soon as humanly possible. That would be you know
right.
something you'd
Well,
want to report.
I'm gonna speak up. I'm gonna speak up, and I'm gonna be like, you. Wait a minute. You said you were a follower of the way, but as a paladin, I sense the evil on you. I can smell it. You are not a follower of the way. You do not know the serpent crusher.
Okay,
I'm gonna
now
look
That's rather
over.
That's rather forthright.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over like concerned. Like, what is he accusing them of?
Like, what are we gonna do? Because he's bound to operate within lawful action only, and he can't necessarily act off his sense. He can question, but like it's like, what do we do? Because it's getting uncomfortable, So their answers, you guys' answers are going to need to be pretty pretty explanatory, and we still only have one name. So I don't see why the other person has been so quiet.
all right. Well, he says first of all, another shift happens in your detect evil and now you're only detecting evil from the second guy, the younger guy, and suddenly you don't detect it anymore coming from the person who said that he was Pelagius.
Interesting.
And he says, I don't know why you would say such a thing. I have, I've I've been a I've been a monk for most of my life. Maybe I have a past just like anyone else, and I have, sin dwelling in my flesh just as anyone else. But Mr. Paladin, I don't, do you not sin?
A sense motive. 14.
14 against. I mean, really,
You're being so nice
the
about
only
it.
thing that you sense in his motive is that he's pushing back with an argument. It's that he's arguing against what you're saying, and you don't get much more than that. You sense that part of his motivation in what he said, that he's pushing back against you.
All right. Well, I tell you, I think I am gonna have to escort you guys back, if that's all right.
I would speak up as the fighter. I'm going to say, gentlemen, I know that this is a dispute about religion and whether people are evil or not so much, but we each have our own missions, and I'm sure all will be well. There are many soldiers and paladins. I'm going to be looking at the paladin in the group. Paladins back in town. I'm sure all will be well. We really ought to get going.
I'm gonna probably agree. I feel like it's gotten really awkward. He seems super nice, and he said he knows the way. Calvin, I know you're steeped in these matters. Test him on his knowledge.
Well,
So
having
can you tell me this?
Sorry.
The other guy starts to speak up, and he says, "Can you?" And he, as soon as he speaks, you can tell the man is obviously very eloquent, very well spoken, very a lot of power in his voice. It sounds like, and he speaks up and he says, "What exactly is the charge here? What are you charging us of, Paladin?"
there is no charge. I just want to escort you safely back.
You said that the
Hmm.
roads were safe.
Well,
Well, they are, but I detected evil on you guys, and that's something I've had this ability a long time, and that's not a normal thing, especially not for one claiming to be a follower of the way.
But the world is full of evil. I would speak up.
Well, I'm not detecting evil off of you. Neither am I detecting it off of Tristan.
Well,
So just because we're
he's
all
just
sinners
me and my
doesn't mean we're
companion.
going to give off an aura of evil.
What you think about our personalities is irrelevant. If you are bringing some kind of charge against us because you don't like our personalities, we have always followed the law, sir. And this man is tired from our journey, and we don't appreciate the accusations that you're bringing against us. So is that what we're doing? Are we all going back to the town? He says.
Yeah, so Rogue, just so having you said I would need to report this to my superior immediately.
Well, yeah, you.
That sounds like to me that takes precedence over this mission, and we're not
Well,
that far away from the town.
it wouldn't take precedence over your mission.
Okay.
It would be maybe I put too much emphasis on immediately. It would be something that you would want to report, but immediately it's like you're in the middle of it. You're 5 hours into 8-hour walk. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll just tell them. Maybe I'm wrong, guys, and if I'm tired, um, let's just, you know, maybe I could offer you some water and we'll move along.
they thank you for your offer, and they say, we've been on a long journey too, and so sorry if we jump back. We could have. Sorry if we, sorry if I sounded harsh. I mean, but we've got plenty of supplies. We'll just be on our way so that we can give this message to your high priest, and hopefully we'll see you when you get back.
Wait, you know, I'm over here. I'm the one antsy to go on an adventure because I've been stuck in the cathedral for I don't know how long. We haven't been able to do anything. And I don't want to be someone that's wrongfully counseling the paladin because you have been offered a prestigious guard all the way back and you're rejecting it. And I don't understand why, because this would be a benefit for you for us to follow you back. And you say you're taking this message to the
Well,
very place we call home. So
we're not opposed to a guard on the way back if you're not coming back because you're accusing us and escorting us and calling us evil and saying that we don't even follow the way and that's what you're saying while you're escorting us back. If you're just pleasantly escorting us back, that's a different story. Sure, walk with us. But that's our issue is that you were bringing accusations at us, not that you wanted to walk with us.
My
I
character would
understand.
deeply sigh.
So, shall we be on our way? The black-haired man says.
Okay, but just
How?
this is the last thing I want to just know. What is the name of your friend? I'd just like to know your names for the record.
Oh,
That's
yes.
all.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Celestius.
Okay, thank you. Celestius.
And
Pelagius and Celestius. Interesting meeting.
and as they're leaving, Pelagius turns and says, "Of course, good paladin, when you arrive back at the cathedral, we'll still be there, and we can discuss whatever it is you thought that you sensed off of us. I'd be happy to discuss it with you in front of the high priest even, okay?"
Very well. I look forward to that.
Okay, thank you. And so they go ahead and
Give me
gather
one
themselves. Did you want to say something too, militia man? Are you there?
What?
I thought Bones said something.
No, where's the fighter? I didn't.
Oh, maybe he meant give me 1 second, as in he had to do something real quick.
I still wanted to roll to see if I'd been to any other temples. You said something about that, but
Oh, yeah,
I
you
wanted to
can go
just
ahead and
see
do
if
that
I
while we're
had-
waiting. Roll a 20-sided dice, and do you
Okay.
have, what skills do you have in your knowledge area?
So wisdom's 13. Oh,
Do you have knowledge geography?
the skill. Hold on, I need to pull that up.
On your character, I mean.
Yes, yep, yeah, I have geography.
Okay, so add that and roll 20-sided dice to see if you've ever been to Zion and tell me what your total is.
Okay, 2. Oh, it's come up with the modifiers a 9.
No, you've never been to Zion. Roll to see if you've ever been to Baltimore.
17.
Yeah, you have. You have been to Palpamar. You didn't. You didn't. They don't have the library next door like this one has. They're not as big of a cathedral, and so, um, it being you took your last pilgrimage to this one, and here you've remained, um, though you've had aspirations of one day going to Zion.
Nice. Okay. How do you spell the name of that other one?
Palthamar.
Got it. Well, that kind of freaked me out.
What, the interaction with
And
Pelagius?
yeah, that was strange. And I just want to get going, but I do appreciate the concern because, I mean, do we really think that the cathedral's in danger?
What do you guys?
I'm not sure how often would I have encountered evil people. Like,
Occasionally. I mean, pretty much every time you've ever came in contact with another denomination, like of believers, like because there's groups of believers that are out that don't have cathedrals and stuff, right? And so, like, there's in every group there's at least a couple, two or three, that give off an evil alignment.
okay,
In every group, but
so then it's not anything to really freak out about. I don't think.
it gives you that he's not regenerate. You know that much.
Well, can I ask this?
If he's evil,
we were there for approximately how many rounds? Talking to this guy.
Seemed like
Let's
a lot.
say you had a 20-minute conversation.
Okay, so by the second round, I would have detected if he had any like evil objects. By the third round, I would have detected like
Yeah, but evil objects is like evil objects is like an object that is literally evil. Like, you know what I mean?
right, like
So,
a cursed sword or
yeah.
something, right?
Right.
I'm just making sure like they wasn't strapped up with anything like that. And let's see.
Then the whole time it would have been going off and on and off and on, kind of.
Okay,
Just
so
weird.
it seems like they would have gave off a harder aura if they were like undead, evil outsider, or cleric of an evil deity or something. I would think. I don't know. I'm looking at how that works, but we can ignore it and we'll just move along. I think it's fine. Like, I don't think anything bad's gonna happen. They're just heretics.
I think what really just surprised me was the fact that you saw it move from him back to the other one. This sort of aura of evil.
Well,
what-
I
what
wouldn't have.
kind of-
I wouldn't have
yeah.
spoke that out loud, so I don't know if your guy would have necessarily known that.
Yeah. That all was happening inside Twitchy's head. All that aura of evil stuff. So you guys have no information other than he just started throwing accusations out. And like, you guys don't
Maybe
know
that
about
was maybe that was something that he brought up in our discussion.
Maybe. Did you?
He could
Twitchy?
like
Did you bring that up
Yeah.
in your discussion on the road?
I would have. The only thing I
Like-
brought up was that I detected evil on him. That's
Okay.
it.
I mean, are you going to
Okay.
fill them in as you head to Berg? Are you going to tell them about all that?
Yeah,
or are you
sure.
gonna
I'll
keep it to
fill
yourself?
him in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll fill him in. That's
So
fine.
now you guys do know all about the detect evil and how that happened. In D&D, you got to make sure to only act on information that your character has.
copy that.
And so, but now you do. he's filled you in on the way. And so now what I need everyone to do, you're actually getting pretty close to Berg. You know, you've got maybe about another hour's journey ahead, and I need everyone to roll a listen check, please.
All right.
What dice is that?
20-sided dice, plus your listen skill modifier. Do you have your skills picked?
Okay. Yep.
Okay, great.
All right.
So I got a 19. And Luther got a 17.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 15 total. Not rolling for my horse.
Bones, listen check.
He might still be gone.
Where'd he go? Come on, Bones.
On the way, it seems that Bones has fell asleep on his horse.
Okay.
The merchant has.
All right.
You know,
Well,
the last thing he said was a sigh.
okay. So, both of you guys hear an arrow whizzing. Maybe we should, maybe we should give Bones just another minute.
Yeah, especially if an arrow's flying by.
Yeah, I mean, you guys that's what both of you guys hear is the sound of an arrow coming from the right side of the trail. What's going on, Kingdom Apologetics? I'm still working on that video. Oh wait, that's not you.
Hey, could I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Out of world here.
Yeah, you guys go ahead and
Just
ask
with
whatever
response.
questions you want while we're waiting on Bones. It's fine.
I just had a statement was, when you think of the danger of Pelagianism, and you can go back in history and find where Pelagian and semi-Pelagianism are literally the fountainheads for some of the main heresies around the world. They all started right with them, like open theism and Unitarianism, a lot of stuff. It's amazing. You can trace it right back to them.
Yep. I'm going to be going through a lot of that stuff in that video I got coming out. Where is Pelagius today?
Oh, nice. Oh, really?
It's going to be a great video,
That
dude.
sounds amazing. Yes, get it.
I mean, really like for Bones to be here for this, but I mean, I don't know. I think maybe wasn't it his mom?
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Bonesy? What is his name? Militia guy? What did you call him?
Yeah, that's what I've been
In the
calling
game.
him, militia guy. But I don't know. I don't know what his game name is. I forgot.
So, okay, I do a quick question, Rogue, is I've got an empty square here on the character sheet. Heroic inspiration. Is that
Heroic
part
inspiration.
of 3.5 rules?
No.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
3.5.
Where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that sheet from?
Well, I used a program, D&D Beyond, which is supposed to be pretty popular, and I put 3.5, but I think it used the 5.
Okay.
It's almost identical, but it's not even filled out. It's like it's something that would be written in later. So everything else is the same.
Okay.
Is exactly the same. I don't know, but I downloaded the page from the site you sent, and then I was working on that, and then I found this character builder. So, I mean, it was pretty awesome because I only had 1 hour to build it. But, um, yeah, I mean, this is fantastic. I'm excited, bro, just what we can do with this and good fellowship.
Sorry, I'm scrolling through this monster manual real quick.
Oh, what other creatures are in the world besides giants? We're going Nephilim,
All kinds of
like
stuff.
beings.
I guess if Bones is, I don't want to stop. We don't have much time left, so I want to keep going here. So we'll just fill Bones in when he gets back about what happened. Um, so you guys, uh, I'm giving you guys an opportunity to react to this, to what's about to happen without, ow, some kind of reflex check first. I'm just trying to find this listing. Let's just,
So do we see where the arrow came from?
yeah, you hear the direction that it comes from, so you're able to, but that's a little too fast. But you can tell where it's going, and you see the tree that the arrow lands in. It thuds into a tree. Um, but you heard it coming, and you see where it lands, and there's a note attached to it. And
I grabbed the note.
well, it's actually big enough for you to read where you're standing. Just give me just 1 second before you take any action. I'm just looking for something. Okay, there it is, page 287. Here we go. Okay. And so the note says, get off the ground. That's all it says in very large print, get off the ground. And roll initiative.
Whole initiative.
5. And Luther, he
I
reads
dream.
off of mine.
Oh, I totally rolled a 1, bro. So
Okay.
with
Yeah, I'm back,
what
by
do
the
we?
way.
Okay, cool.
So I got a 4 with my initiative modifier is a 4.
Bones, roll a listen check.
Listen, check. Okay. Can I ask for context? I'm sorry.
Nah, you guys are just walking down the path. Nah, there
Okay.
you didn't miss much.
Alright. Oh, okay, got you. All right, yeah. I was
We-
feeding my son.
We waited for a while.
Okay.
So
sounds
just
good.
roll a listen check
Um,
and you'll be right in with us.
All right. I got a 9.
Okay. So you didn't hear anything. You see them react suddenly to something and you hear a thud, but you're really just not sure what's going on. Other two guys, Paladin, what do you do?
I read it out loud and I say, get off the ground. What in the world does this note mean?
All right,
I can't get off the ground. I'm in full plate.
All right, what do you do,
I
Bard?
I jump up onto the back end of his horse.
Well, you have a horse.
Yeah, stay
I
on your
jump
own
up.
horse.
And so that was the closest horse to me. So he says, "What are you
Jump
doing?" I
up.
jump back off and I say, "What's going on? What does that even mean?"
Okay, and so you hear them saying all this stuff, Bones, and I'm sure at this point you've seen them looking at this note. What happened was there's now an arrow sticking out of a tree with a note on it that says "Get off the ground" in large print. That's all it says. And
Off the ground.
now, since those guys didn't get off the ground, And you're just now realizing what's happening. Now everyone needs to roll a reflex check.
Okay. Are there any modifiers for this?
Yeah, your base reflex
Oh.
modifier.
So with us being on the horse,
Yeah.
would just the horse make it, or are we both making it? Or?
Yeah, both. Both need to make a reflex check.
Let's see. Alright. Do I add the ability modifier?
It's
Yep.
your saving throw. The reflex saving
Ooh,
throw.
I rolled a 20. I didn't
Yeah.
even look at that.
Okay. So I rolled a 10, but it totals out to 15.
I got 30. I rolled a 20, modifier 3.
15 and 22.
Wait a second. A 20 with a modifier of 3.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 60.
Wait, what?
No, it's 23.
I mean 23. 23. Sorry. 23.
But hang on a second. Your
Bard
bard,
multiplying.
your bard should have much more of a reflex modifier than that.
Oh, on that
You,
reflex modifier.
yeah.
Oh, dexterity is what I have it here as, right?
Dexterity modifier goes into what your reflex modifier is, but you also have a base reflex modifier that you add to your dexterity. And so, what is your
That is
dexterity
something that-
modifier?
So the dexterity is, the modifier is 4.
Okay, so you have an 18 dexterity.
Yep.
Okay. Your base reflex for a level 6 bard is +5. So 4 or 5
Oh.
plus 4 is 9. So 20 plus 9, you rolled a 29 for your reflex save.
Oh, okay.
Paladin, what's your reflex save?
We need to go over that later. Okay. 29.
Paladin?
22.
Okay. Bones, about the time that you noticed that the note says get off the ground, you feel a rumble at your feet. You lose your balance, and during the next round, you'll need to be getting yourself off the ground. Now, everyone else roll for initiative. Everyone, you guys also feel the rumble, but you don't fall off of your horse. You manage to stay on.
Initiative 6.
16.
I got a 6, a 16, and Bones.
Oh, I thought I wasn't rolling for initiative because I was on the ground.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, you're right about that. You're right about that.
I thought he would roll. He would just start on the ground on his turn.
Nah, his turn's just gonna be used getting up off the ground. So no turn until next turn for Bones.
Yeesh.
Let me find the correct. Okay, here it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So it becomes clear what the rumble is moments later as twigs and leaves and even bushes come ripping up out of the ground. Trees are moved, and the trail under you is like it picks up underneath you, and there is a gargantuan centipede that just raises up off the ground and goes to attack. And I'm going to roll to see who he attacks here. Give me who had a 16 initiative actually?
I did.
Okay, so whoever had the 16 initiative, it's your turn first. When you see the centipede shake the leaves off of itself and raise up off the ground, you have the first action.
Roll for that.
No, now you just tell me what action you want to take. And you're so
I'm
right
gonna
now
hit
what
it.
you
I'm gonna
are
hit it with the
you
longbow.
you just successfully um, you just successfully reflex saved falling off your horse, and so now you do have the ability to take a move action to um, get your bow off your back and attack with your bow. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay, so go
I'm
ahead and
gonna draw the
roll.
bow and I'm gonna shoot it.
Now, do you have your attack bonuses listed there with your bow?
Yes.
Okay, what is
With the
your
bow. Hold on. I do have that. I do have that. What? Maybe not. I do have the bow. It's a heavy range, two-handed, so 150 out of 600. But I don't. I
one
just have.
second? 1 second.
Uh,
I got you here.
you
Hang
know
on
the
just a second.
skills. Good.
1 second. Your dexterity modifier is +4, right?
Yep.
Okay, your base attack bonus is +4 also. So you'll roll a 20-sided dice and you'll add 8. That would be your attack roll with the bow. 20-sided dice plus 8.
Oh,
And that's to see if you hit or
No.
not.
9 plus 8, 17.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, so you do hit the centipede, but not in such a way to do damage. It bounces off one of the harder parts of his exoskeleton armor and doesn't find a good mark. And now the centipede actually is going to attack you because you attacked it first.
Alright.
It rears back and basically just flings itself at you, face and several arms first, with kind of a bite attack. Everyone roll a spot check as the centipede moves in toward the attack.
All right.
Plus what?
22.
What's the modifier for spot check?
It should be in your skills. If not, then you use the 5e instead of the 3.5. Yours might say perception or something if you use the 5e.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Well,
Mine's wisdom.
That's-
Right?
okay.
I'll go through all this before the next round, but make sure we're all in the same. But I got. Well, it says my modifier is 3.
Well,
and I rolled
in
an
these
8.
cases, just roll a 20-sided dice and add your wisdom modifier to spot checks.
That's yep. That's what I did.
Okay, what'd you get?
Okay.
I got a 10.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, my total is 6.
Okay, and Twitchy, what was your total?
22.
Okay, Twitchy, you're the only one who notices as the centipede moves in to bite the bard, you see some nasty looking green stuff pouring from his teeth up in the gums area. Obviously a very, very nasty bite that would require more than just a regular bandage to heal it.
Would I recognize that it's poisonous,
Yeah, that's
or
what
would I
I'm.
need to roll?
Yeah, you can assume that it's probably poisonous.
All right, I yell that out and relay that information.
You can do that on your next turn for your move action.
Okay.
But in the meantime, do you have an AC? Bard, what kind of armor do you have on?
Um, hold on. I do have that. It's just I clicked out of it. It's light. It's light armor. It's light armor. And it was. I don't even know where to go and find where it was at, but I have all of it, like in detail.
Is it studded leather or regular leather?
Regular leather. Yep, leather armor.
Okay. Well, before next time we'll fix it up, but we'll just say you have masterwork leather, so we'll add plus.
Light armor 11, AC 11.
Yeah, like you said, you did 5th edition, so none of your stuff matches what we need. All of it's named different. It's different. It uses a different mathematic formula and everything. So,
My bad.
so you'll just tell me. I'll just ask you basic questions, and I'll be able to do the math in my head. It's fine.
Okay.
You got a +4 to your dexterity modifier. Then we're giving you masterwork leather. And so +3, 7, 17 would be your AC right now. And
Okay.
let's see here.
Yeah. Also, you said we were going level 3, but you went level 6.
No, not level 3, level 6.
Okay.
1 second.
I
I gotta
need to
get a
change
drink.
that. I have 2 daggers and a flail. I'm prepared to use them. Okay.
There actually is a long video where me and Bones went through the entire process of setting up a 3.5 character. And so that should be pretty good as a resource. If you get.
Hey, Rogue.
Yeah. Yes.
So, like, I know you were saying, like, I know, like, every DM runs things differently, but usually you can speak as a free action. So I was hoping that that was still the case, but if it's not, I will be quiet. But
yeah,
if I can speak, I need to.
You can speak as a free action.
All right, then I'm yelling, bro. Like when I'm gonna tell the bard get behind me because that's a poisonous thing, and I want to be the one to engage it in melee.
Okay, and that is cool for you to say that, though he won't actually be able to act on that right now.
Yeah.
But you did say that for your free action, and you did hear that, Bard. And for the Centipede's first attack, he actually does land his attack on you. Your character is level 6, and so what's your Constitution modifier?
Constitution modifier is a +2.
+2, so 6 + 2, 8 times 6, 48 hit points, right? Okay.
Proficiency 3, walking speed of 30 feet.
Okay, that was good. That was good.
Can I hit it again?
1 second. Next round, you will get a chance.
Oh, okay.
1 second though. Let me just read exactly
Okay.
how their poison works. Okay, so you did get bitten, and now what you need to do is roll a fortitude save. And so what your Constitution modifier is
Yeah.
+2. Your Constitution save for a level 6 bard is +2, so +4. So roll 20-sided dice +4.
14 total.
Okay, so the it latches its teeth into your shoulder and breaks skin, and it hurts. You take here, let me roll it again. I forgot what I rolled. 1 plus. Okay, so but you did set with your saving throw, you did actually save from the dexterity damage that comes with this poison, and so you felt like your arm was about to lock up for a second whenever whenever it bit in. You felt like it was about to lock up for something, but you managed to shake that off, and in total you take 13 damage. And so if you could just keep on a little piece of paper 48 minus 13
Yep.
for your hip lethal damage that you just took from the centipede. And you could tell that any of those bites, you could tell from that bite that you got lucky, that you felt like your arm was about to lock up. It started spasming on you, but your fortitude save saved you on that. And so you went first, then we had the centipede, and now it is the paladin's turn to go.
All right, how far is this centipede from me?
Oh, he's up on you. He's like right up in y'all's grill because he was up underneath you, and that's what caused the ground to shake.
Okay,
And
so
he's gargantuan category, by the way.
yeah, he's friggin' huge. How much movement is it to dismount? Is that like a 5-foot step?
No, you can take that as a. I would say dismounting would be. You're close enough that you could dismount as a move action and then attack as your standard action.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm wanting to take a full attack, so I don't want to have to. So I guess I might not dismount then. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my full attack, and I'm going to use Divine Might, which uses one of my turn undead attempts. Oh heck yeah!
Wait,
Crit.
divine might, is that against undead? You said.
No, it allows me to use one of my turn undead attempts to add my charisma modifier to my damage.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And you're just using the smite with that added to it.
I'm not smiting yet because I want to see how high its AC is.
Okay.
Well, and I don't know if it's evil, so I can only smite evil.
Right. And
And
so,
I'm not power attacking or anything right now.
okay. And you're not necessarily detecting evil off this thing, but it's a mindless monster, so it's not like, it's a vermin. It's not intelligent enough to be evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I figured. But I did roll a 20 and critically hit.
No,
Or is
what?
that like
Tell me again what skill you're using. Repeat that to me.
it's called Divine Might.
Okay, let me just go there
It
real
allows
quick.
me to. All right, go ahead. I can read it off if you want.
I can get there pretty quick.
All right.
Divine
It
might.
says feet.
In your class features are of good, detect evil, smite evil, divine grace, lay on
No, it's a
hands.
feat that I picked up.
Oh, it's in feats?
Yeah, but it's not in the player's handbook feats.
Where is it?
It's in the Ultimate Warrior. Because remember we
Okay.
talked about it, and I asked if I could use that book, and I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, no wonder I forgot about it. But I used to have that book too. So just read it to me real quick then.
All right. Where'd it go? I gotta find it again. Won't take but a second. All right. As a free action, spend one turn undead attempt to add charisma bonus to your damage for a full round.
And so when you do that, are you striking with your sword now? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. And then you rolled a critical for your strike, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, now roll your second to confirm the critical.
All right. 28.
All right, critical confirmed. So you just busted this thing pretty good. Roll your damage.
30.
Oh wow, 30 total
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, and I'll take my second attack.
No, not yet. That comes at the end of the round. Once everyone has already had their first attack. You don't attack twice. You like in a row. Everyone goes once, and then whoever has 2 attacks goes again in the same order. And if you're the only
Oh,
person,
interesting. I never played it like that, but that's fine. But Luther wants to attack as well with his hooves.
okay, we'll just hold up on that really quick.
All right.
I'm just looking at something really quick. I've got this very large chart in front of me where I'm looking at multiple things. I think I got stuck on a scorpion instead of a centipede. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, so that strike was very obviously painful for the centipede. Took a large chunk out of his side with that. And so do you have all of the attack stuff written down for your mount?
Yes.
Great. Go ahead and roll his attack then.
All right, and the reason the reason I was like asking about doing the full attack at one time, which is what I'm used to, is because my mount wants the full attack, but that's probably gonna require me to do a ride check. But actually, maybe I'll just use one attack with him, and then I don't have to do the ride check. And I'll keep it simpler.
Well, you'll
He'll just
go ahead and take a ride check for the round and just keep that for the whole round.
okay. The problem is I'm dumb and didn't realize that this would be so important. But I did have a 16, so thankfully, I don't think I'm gonna fall off.
Right, ride is plus strength, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I should have put more ranks in it. Actually, I think I did, but I have an armor check penalty. That's the problem.
Right.
But I did
well,
stay on.
You're still good. Go ahead and roll for his
All right,
attack.
so Luther, he rolls up on his 2 back hooves and tries to kick out with his front hooves.
And that's a 24 to hit.
And you have forgive me, but do you have this? I no one's ever played a paladin in my campaigns before, but do you have this connection with your mount that allows you to control his actions in this way mentally? Is this
Yeah, we have like a mental link. I can read it off if you'd like.
um
It's called.
yeah, no, as long as you said it's called mental link, right? Let me see.
I don't know what it's called, but
I just want to make
let
sure
me
that
see.
controlling his actions so meticulously is part of the deal with the mount. I don't know that that's the
Yeah.
case, and so let's make sure before we move on into that. Paladin 42. I think it's pretty much the case that um, nobody plays paladins because nobody wants to play lawful good. It's really hard to play. It's probably the hardest class or hardest alignment to play, and so nobody picks that. Class features,
So it's called empathic link.
empathic link. Okay, let me see if I can find that.
Uh,
Is it in the class features, or is it
yeah, underneath the mount, the paladin's mount.
okay? Class features are of good, smite evil, divine grace, lay on hands, or of cords, divine health. Spells, special mount. Is it in that category? In that listing? Or is it something else under that?
It's underneath the list that says 5 to 7 plus 2 H2 hit dice plus 4, and then it's underneath paladin mount basics. Then you'll have bonus hit die, natural armor adjustment, strength adjustment, intelligence, then empathic link. It's the same connection, basically like a master with his familiar or something.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find. Okay, I see the Paladin's Mount. I see that area now. I was looking up at the class features. This is under empathic link. The Paladin has an empathic link with her mount out to a distance of up to 1 mile. The Paladin cannot see through the mount's eyes, but they can communicate empathically. Note that even intelligent mounts see the world differently from humans, so misunderstandings are always possible. Because of this empathic link, the Paladin has the same connection to an item or place that her mount does, just as with a master and his familiar. So, I mean, you can give the command to attack the centipede, and
All right.
I think that I'll just roll really quick to see if the mount is scared of doing that or if he thinks that's a good idea. But he's a war horse, so he probably let's see what we'll give him. Okay, so he rolled a 4. He rolled a 4 for his courage to attack this giant centipede, and he's not going to do it. He's gonna ride with you, but he's not going to fight. He's got your back, but he is not attacking.
Is that well? Okay, all right, that's fine. No worries.
But you now get your second attack with the Falchion, though.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Attack 2. Eesh, bro, that's a 9. That sucks.
Plus what? You got a lot of bonuses, though.
Oh no, I'm saying it's a total of a 9. I rolled a 2.
Okay, so just basically the same as the arrow. We got some exoskeleton issues. Everyone go ahead and roll for initiative, including, remember now, Bones, you're back in it. So everyone roll initiative and tell me what you got.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, total of 14.
19 plus. 423.
Twitchy, roll again.
Huh?
Roll again, Twitchy.
All right. 10.
Okay. Bard goes first. What'd you get, Bones?
14.
Okay. Bard, it is your action. You took that damage. I hope you wrote that down because I forgot. And now it's your turn.
I'm down to 38. Okay. My turn. And you would like me to take an action?
Yeah, it's your turn to do whatever you want to do.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so
So, for example, you could attack again
at
with
this
your bow,
point,
or you could back up. You can get away, try to get away from him, or you could. Now, granted, if you try to get away from
No,
this, you're going to provoke an attack of opportunity on yourself.
right. I mean he's pretty hurt, man. I think I want to take out my flail and bash his head in. I want to take a swing at this guy.
Okay, yeah, you can use your move action to change weapons, and then because you're close enough. But actually,
Okay.
you might actually be provoking an attack of opportunity from him when you do that. When you change weapons. So let
Well, how wounded is he?
what?
How wounded is he?
I mean, that was a good chunk. He's bleeding pretty good from that.
Is his flesh exposed? I mean, is it just his shell that we're seeing? Because his underside's fleshy, right?
Yeah, you can see various pieces of him. You know, he's got places sticking out. He's got soft spots. He's got, areas in his exoskeleton where you can get in between it. He's got various soft places on him.
Well, I think I'm gonna stick with the bow and try to get something in there in his cranium.
Okay. Even though he's so
around
close
his
to you,
mouth.
I'm going to allow you to use the bow without provoking an attack of opportunity. If it was a guy of your same size right on you, then I would probably provoke one, but we'll go ahead and no provoking of an attack of opportunity. But in future situations, just know that in a normal situation, if you're using a ranged weapon against someone who's in melee range of you, like someone who had a sword fighting you, then they would get an attack of opportunity while you draw your arrow and stuff. But I'm not going to give it to this centipede, and he's so big. So you go ahead and roll your attack roll.
Okay. Well, one of the only reasons I did that is because he said changing weapons would provoke an attack of
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah, it would. That
So
would give it enough
if I'm
time.
already using the bow. Yeah, I thought it was melee, but I'll try for the bow. It could be effective. So I'll roll. I'm rolling.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead and roll. But just to explain more about the attacks of opportunity, there are various things that provoke attacks of opportunity. All kinds of things provoke
Okay.
attack, and attacking with a ranged weapon also happens to be one of those things. Changing your weapons is another one of those things, and backing up out of a square when you're in a fight is another one of those things. All kinds of things provoke an attack of opportunity. But go ahead with your attack roll.
It does make sense. Okay. I rolled a 15.
That's your total?
No, that's what the dice said.
Okay.
And then my
So
what do I
15 plus
modify it with?
plus 8.
Yeah, plus 8.
So your arrow
Okay.
does find a mark on this one. And so you said it was a longbow, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're going to roll a 1 die 8 for your damage.
Four.
Okay. Okay, and now I'm going to actually roll something here. Okay, and so the centipede actually, it is now its turn, and it's reeling from the from half of its hit points being taken literally just now by that falchion, and it's actually starting to lose morale, and so it starts to actually try to back away from you guys, which is now provoking an attack of opportunity uh, from all of you. It's trying to flee the combat, and so I just rolled for its morale because half of its hit points were taken. That's the thing, and so all of you roll for initiative to see who gets to do their attack of opportunity first.
21.
10.
13.
Whoever got the 21,
That's
go
total.
first for your attack of opportunity.
All right, power attack for 2, and that is a total of 18.
For your attack roll?
Does that hit?
Yes.
Yes.
It does hit.
All right,
Is it
and
falchion?
damage.
Is it falchion 19 to 20 critical?
18 to 20.
Was it a natural 18 or no? It wasn't. Okay.
No, it was
Okay.
dirty.
All right. Cool. Roll your damage.
18.
Wow, that thing hits hard. So 20. Okay. And so now, Bard, you get your attack of opportunity.
Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna do a melee attack and
Well, you have your
roll.
he's leaving your square, and so you're up on a mount, and so
Okay.
in this part, probably using your
I'm up
range.
on the mount already.
Yeah, well, you're still on your mount.
I
Yeah.
will definitely use the range.
Okay.
Copy that. 16
Okay.
plus 8.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. 1d8.
3. What happened to that guy? We got him. Ranger, your turn. Okay. Where is the ranger?
Is Rogue here?
Oh yeah. What's up?
Yeah, I'm here, Bones. Can you hear me? Bones,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
your turn. You got an
Okay.
attack of opportunity against this gigantic centipede as he's trying to leave your square of opportunity there. So go ahead and
gotcha.
roll for your attack.
Okay. By the way, what do I add to this? Do I add my base attack bonus?
Yeah, your base attack plus your strength modifier.
Okay. All right. So
So it should be like 6,
So I got a
7, 8, 9,
14.
10.
Yeah.
So you rolled a 4?
yeah. So I rolled a 4. Correct.
Okay. Yeah, and so it just kind of chinks off. Doesn't do any damage. It chinks off a part of his exoskeleton, and back to the normal rounds now.
Oh wait, real quick. By the way, my sword, it doesn't like, what is this attack bonus and stuff like that? What is that about?
The attack bonus is what you add to the 20-sided dice when you roll to attack. That's going to be your base attack bonus plus your strength modifier.
Oh no, I mean so on my sword I have a like a masterwork, pretty sure great sword. It
Okay.
says on my attack bonus plus 12 on it.
Okay, then yeah, that
I
should
don't
be
know if
plus
that's
12
after I
then.
do damage.
No, that's part of your attack roll to your accuracy to see whether or not you hit. So if you rolled a 4, plus 12 then. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 it was your actual roll.
Okay.
But still did not do damage though. And Twitchy, it is now your turn. Your first combat turn of the round. First attack.
All right. And I will power attack for 2 again. Wow, possible critical. And I'm guessing a 28 hits.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's 33 damage.
Okay, yeah, there goes the other half of his hit points. You pretty much hit the same spot and cut the thing completely in half. And yeah, so there goes that centipede. You're lucky you didn't take the dexterity damage from his poison, Bard. That would have been really painful for a while.
I'm so happy.
I got really lucky there and rolled 2 critical hits.
Yeah, no kidding.
That freaking sword is powerful, bro.
Hopefully you keep rolling really good like that. XP for 1 second here. I'm trying to see how much experience points to give you guys real quick. I need to open up the DM's guide.
Man, there must be all kinds of massive creatures out there. I can only imagine.
Oh yeah, there's some pretty
to put it
crazy
in
stuff.
perspective, that thing was like the size of a tree, dude. That thing was huge.
Yeah, it was in gargantuan class. So
Massive.
you must be feeding a whole village for a week off of this thing.
Yeah, that's
I'm
like
just joking.
bigger than that's like a big dragon.
Yeah. And it's just a bug.
Yeah, it's just a forest bug. I'm trying to find the experience point table real quick. Sorry, guys, it's taking me a minute. I don't remember the pages like I used to. But I think
You know
it's
what
on
it is,
page.
guys. We have lots of oxygen to breathe.
You could always text it to us afterwards.
Just give me a second.
Alright.
We need to keep up with it. Because I'll forget.
Getting where I'm gonna have to get out of here in a little bit. Getting tired.
All right. Well, let's get on with it.
I mean, I can keep going. I'm getting hollered at is also part of the truth.
Hollered
A little bit.
at. Okay.
Hey. are you
Well,
done?
yeah, I can just give you guys the experience points later. So after that,
Hollered at.
there's a brief encounter. We'll move on from it quickly with a ranger who was up in a tree, and he actually missed every one of his arrows that he fired at the centipede. The only one that he didn't miss was the message where he was trying to warn you guys to get off the ground.
Wow.
And so good job taking out the centipede. He said he's been hunting that thing for a few days and it's been hiding from him. But
Well, as a paladin of the Serpent Crusher, it's the least I can do.
well, so we got that taken care of, and we're going to get to a stopping place here in just a moment. With after all of these events, the talk with the guy on the road, which slowed you down, Pelagius and Celestius, the fight with the centipede, and a brief conversation with a man of the woods. Finally, you guys exit the forest, and you come upon this small village of Berg. Mostly thatch houses, though there is this one stone house that you guys are supposed to go to. It's very obvious which one it is. It has two torches lit outside, just like they were supposed to be. And there, the stone house is where you're supposed to be waiting to go, or going to meet the child. You have arrived in Berg. We speed up the last part of that since we want to wrap up. So, what do you guys do when you see the stone cottage?
I knock on the door and announce my presence and let them know that the temple has sent me to assist.
Okay, and it's like before your fist even touches the door, it opens up very quickly. And there's a woman standing there, and she's, you know, she looks like she's been doing dishes all day. She looks like she's real tired. She's been crying, and she looks kind of scared. And she says, "You must be from the cathedral."
Yes, I'm here to offer my assistance in the name of the Most High Serpent Crusher.
Okay, thank you so much. We've got Barista downstairs in the basement. That's the best place for us to keep her comfortable and keep her safe away from everyone else. We don't know what's going on with this disease, but we're afraid of some of her symptoms. She lashes out angrily. She's just a small child, but right this way. She leads you over to some steps going down into the basement, and beckons you to follow.
Follow.
Okay, and she stops at the steps and holds her hands out for you guys to go ahead and go down.
Yeah, I descend.
Yeah. Are we allowed to follow?
Yeah, you guys
I'm
go ahead and
fine with
speak
it.
up if you want to do something different or anything like that. Now's the time.
No, I'd follow.
Going right along. See what's down here.
Okay. And so you guys get to the bottom of the steps. You enter into a room that's it's lit by a couple torches, but it is pretty dark. It's a big room, and the torches are on the opposite side of the table. The room seems pretty empty, and the moment that well, everyone roll a listen check.
18.
Let me see.
17.
Listen check. I got a 15.
Okay, so all of you hear the following after you enter into the room. Behind you, the door slams and locks. The lights go out in the room, and you hear chains dragging. And this is where
Am I
we'll.
detecting evil?
You
Yeah, I'm
are.
gonna turn around.
Are you detecting what, Paladin?
In the area where the chains are dragging, am I detecting evil that way? I have a feeling I am.
Oh,
but-
you are. You are almost overwhelmed with the amount of evil that is being presented to
Oh.
you here as if from another dimension.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Oh, that's a strange sound. Is that coins tinkling or is that actually a chain?
And
Can't
I
be that
announced
bad.
that it's bad, guys.
Oh.
There's something evil and demonic in this room or something.
And now, so
Huh.
do
I
you
might draw my
guys
dagger.
want to continue with this, or do you want to call it?
I kind of hunch down, draw my dagger, kind of unsure what to do because
No, I mean, I know you
I
guys
was
wanted to
down.
wrap up for the night because you're getting yelled at and getting
I
tired.
said that. Nah, I want I want to see what it is.
Okay. Who has
So it's
does,
completely dark and we can't see a thing, right?
does anyone have knowledge of the planes, or knowledge of demonology, or knowledge of anything like that?
That has to be a
Real
skilled
world?
thing, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
Like
it has to be trained.
you have to be proficient. Yeah.
Tell me
okay.
what
I
knowledges
don't.
you have, and I'll tell you if any of them are relatable.
Religion.
Mm,
Real quick, guys. I hate to be that guy, but my son is crying, so I think it'd be best if we just like wrap it up here.
Yeah, that's cool with me. We can start here next
Yeah.
time. This is a great place to start, actually.
Okay.
And it'll make a great
Yeah.
thumbnail.
Yeah,
yeah, it would make a great thumbnail.
absolutely.
Okay, guys. Yeah, so that's where we're going to end off. You have made it into this basement, to this place where you're supposed to go cure this child of disease, but there's something very strange going here. The door is slammed, locked behind you, the lights are out, and now you hear chains dragging across this stone floor with an incredible extra dimensional evil emanating from that general direction. And that's where we will end the adventure for tonight. We'll pick up here when we get going next time. Thanks for
Next
joining me,
time it
guys.
is.
And we got 10 people listening
Excellent.
right now on the video. So
Praise
I hope
God.
you guys enjoyed the D&D adventure. I see I got my buddy Bama in here. I used to play D&D with him almost 20 years ago. So
Oh wow.
yeah, glad you made it, Bama.
Long time friend. Those are the best kind.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely the best client,
Right.
the best kind. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. What'd you guys think?
I loved
It's
it,
good.
man. I've been looking forward to this, and I was really last minute there because things just came up out of all kinds of places. I told you about it, Rogue, but and I wasn't able to build this what I wanted. But I'm gonna get in there, and I'll talk to you later and get
All right,
fully
bud.
on the same page as everybody. But what a kick!
Cool, man. Yeah, it'll be more important next time. We'll take a couple weeks and get it all together. You still here, Twitchy?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Bones, go ahead and leave whenever you need to go, man. Everybody just head out whenever you need to go. Not holding you
Good to
here.
meet you guys.
You too, man. Fun playing with you, dude. We'll get you squared away with the proper character sheet and stats and stuff like that before next time.
Excellent. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'll see you on the email.
All right, man. What about you, Twitchy? Did you have fun tonight, man?
Yeah, man, I loved it. I got to kill something. I mean, that's what I love to do. Combat is my favorite part. As you can see, I built my character to be very combat oriented.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
did. Yeah, it's very powerful, man. Those weapons have extra hit points, bro. That's serious. Yeah, that was a cool scene because you pretty much saved me. I mean, I would have taken way more than a 30-13.
Well, I actually planned on taking like a 5-foot step and getting in between you and the thing, but I didn't want to have to dismount and use like a move action or something to do that because then I couldn't hit it twice. So I was like, well, I'll just stay mounted and we'll try to take it out.
See, that helps, like, really thinking about those different moves that you can take And I was looking at something else when he was really into the meat of the story, and so I did miss getting up onto the horse because I was still like reeling from being hit by the thing, you know. He's like, "No, you're already mounted." It's like, okay.
Do you guys have any
But yeah,
ideas about what's going on with Pelagius?
so if I had to
Man,
guess, I would say that he's being sent. I think that he's being sent there to stir up some trouble and possibly try to destroy our temple. And when we go back, I think it might be destroyed, which I hope not. But that's why I
no,
was saying, like, did I detect an object on them that's evil? Like, you know, because, what if they have like a super cursed item that they're carrying back trying to screw up
yeah,
the
but the
town or
fact,
something?
well, what I think is when that aura moved, like we're literally dealing with some kind of demonic offspring that is influencing the guy who was exposed to the way and who got a little bit of bad theology from this guy, and so he wants to love God. He's being manipulated.
You sound like you're describing Leighton Flowers.
Mm, we'll see.
I'm just playing.
Is he obsessed with attacking a certain kind of theology? We'll find out. But yeah, that's what I think. But I mean, there's so many possibilities. The potentiality of what we could do in the world is pretty epic, Rogue. I'm sure you got ideas. It's pretty awesome.
Oh
So
yeah, it's gonna be a cool campaign, man. Trust me, I got some crazy. I got some so cool in mind here. It's
I bet you
just
do.
getting
I want to
started.
get better at this. I want to get better at understanding. I read so much fantasy as a kid, and then had friends that had asked me to play, and I kind of started one time, but I never really played D&D, but read a number. My parents got me the Narnia books when I was young, and then from there I just launched into all of it. And so I do understand the nuances and a lot of science fiction, some of the old Isaac Asimov stuff too. But I was pretty big into fantasy, so just a lot of fun and actually playing, a game together and being able to talk about stuff, fellowship about real stuff. It's really cool. So thank you for providing this platform. I know you got a lot of other things going on, so appreciate it.
All right, guys, we'll try to
Yeah,
get the
well,
next
hey,
session to be. I'll try to do the next session in 2 weeks, not 1 week.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
fine. I gotta hop off here though, because I gotta be up, a little earlier in the morning.
All right, y'all.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
get back
All
on the
right.
normal schedule now.
You too. Good to meet you, Twitchy.
Cool,
Yep,
man.
good to meet you.
We'll go ahead and
Appreciate it,
end it
bro.
here. See y'all later,
See you,
man.
Rogue. Awesome.